Hey guys, Flamingo here, your coach of Forex Attack. Today we have a team reveal, which I haven't done one for a league in a while because, let's face it, I just haven't had the time. But this is a bit of a different one. I am in TGR's, the game room I believe it is, in their Mythical Mayhem League, which is a doubles draft league, but we have access to restricted Pokemon and mythical Pokemon, which is pretty cool. Using this as a bit of a not so sweaty league. Yeah, just to give me a bit of a break, try some things that you normally don't get to use. And normally when I do these sort of things, I am pretty trash at taking advantage of the format. For example, I can't even remember the name of that league now, but the MDL off season that I did, we could use restricted, the weaker restricted, we could use most of the mythicals, and we could use transfer moves, and I barely used any of that. But I think I did okay taking advantage of the rules this time. Not that I've got like the most busted team, but being able to use some of the Pokemon that don't normally get to use. So it wasn't a regular sort of draft where you snake up and down. We had to do a silent auction, more or less. So each Pokemon had its value, and then you got to also bid between 0 and 3 points, extra points on that, just to make sure if you got it. But if you tied with someone, the Pokemon went back into the pool, and with those additional points on there. So I think not Spectrier, Calyrex Shadow Rider started off at like 20 something points, and people ended up bidding on it, plus three, and ended up at like 38 points or something ridiculous, which is about a third of your team's points. So we've got 110 points to use in this sort of silent auction draft. So first round, I wanted to go with something that is fairly strong, but also I wanted mythicals. And the other thing is we could only have 2 big busted mythicals or restricteds. So pretty much anything with like a base stat total of 680 or more, we could only have 2 of them. So I wanted to get one of mine straight off the bat. So for 17 points, and I did put an additional 3 on there, but no one else went for it. I got this cool little guy, the maker of all, Arceus, and I stuck with normal. Base 120 stats across the board. That's pretty good. That's not bad at all. So it can be special attacker, physical attacker. It can be support, offensive support, or just go hard offense. Has a billion moves. It can do anything. Do I have a Trick Room setter? Yes, I do. Do I have a Tailwind setter? Yes, I do. Then it's got all the coverage I can need. So I think, and I stuck with normal, so I could have that item slot that I can do whatever I want with, rather than being locked into that sort of whatever the plates are called. The plates. That's what the plates are called. They're called fucking plates. And actually, the main reason I got this guy is Perish Song. I have gone to be a degenerate piece of shit, and I have drafted a Perish Trap team. Which gets me to my second Pokemon, and I think I bit the bullet a little bit too early on this one, and I probably should have gone a bulky Pivotmon, something like an Iron Hands or Incineroar or a Rillaboom, something like that, because, spoiler, they all went in this round too, but I got Gothitelle. Gothitelle is the only, well actually it's not, the whole Gothitelle line, so there's 3 of them, is the only Shadow Tag user. Then there's also 3 Arena Trap loot users, which I was considering getting, particularly Trapinch, but I got Goth, and just left it at that as my trapping mod. It can set Trick Room, has got things like Thunder Wave, Taunt, so it's going to be supporting my team a lot. And push comes to shove, like I don't have to have it as a Shadow Tag mon. Like it does have competitive, I guess, coming off base 95 special attack, going up against a Kyogre. Probably not the best use of it. But yeah, so I got this for 11 points. So 17 points. on the Arceus took me down to 93. 11 points took me down to 82. I did put an additional 3 points on this, but no one else was going for it. So next I thought, well, all my bulky sort of pivot mons are gone. So I may as well get another Perish Song user. And one of the best Perish Song users, which isn't legal in, Reg H, but still legal in Reg G, is Screamtail. We have used Screamtail many a times on Perish Trap teams at regionals and locals. I also drafted it in the OPL. Did I? Yeah, I did, but not as a but there wasn't a sort of Perish Trap mode. But on top of that, like, I've got booster energy, which is great because just not having that item pressure, on being able to use a booster energy opens up an item for another Pokemon to use. But beyond the Perish Trap, there's also the brilliant Encore Disable, and then can also boost my team with Howl. And depending on the Arceus form, like I could Howl into that, no problem. Has also got Fake Tears, Screens. It has all the supportive shit, and it gives me my third Trick Room setter. Hey, how's that? I wonder if I have any more. We'll find out as we go. So yeah, lots of speed control so far. I have a fairly fast Tailwind setter. I've got 3 Trick Room setters. 2 of them are quite fast, so they're normally not the best Trick Room setters. So after that cost me 12 points. So I've now got 70 points left. I went, fuck, I've got to get my bulky pivot mine. There is something available that I can get, and it was Blastoise. But I didn't get it because I saw this guy for 4 points. 4 points, this dude's a legend. My second favorite Gen 1 Pokemon, Dugong, which also gets Perish Song. How fucking good. So, bulky pivot, has Fake Out, has a pivot move. That's what I wanted. Fake Out, flip turn. Woohoo! But then also gets Perish Song. Also has Thick Fat, which is super nice when you go up against the... what are they called? Ice Pokemon like Calyrex Ice Rider. So yeah, unfortunately can't use Oko moves. Does get access to Sheer Force and Sheer Cold and Horn Drill. Can't use that, which is very unfortunate. It's kind of one of the appealing factors of it. Yeah, so that was sort of a little bit of a letdown. We also have Sleep Claws in this, so some sort of Smogon rules. Evasion claws as well. Oh, god damn it. No double team. Ugh, lucky I didn't get Mark. Spoiler, I didn't get Mark. So yeah, and it gives me my water type, so I'm starting to get my Fire, Water, Grass core, which I'm pretty sure I complete. Next one. I am severely lacking power. The other teams had a lot of powerful Pokemons, Zacians, and Fluttermanes, and Koraidons, and Miraidons, and I have a fucking Dugong. So I needed something with a little bit of power. Didn't want to go too expensive. So this cost me 14 points, which will leave me with 52 points for my last 5 picks. And I went with Dragon-type Zekrom. So gives me some damage. Like at the moment, all I have damage-wise is Arceus. Now I've got Zekrom, and that is my second big restricted. So no more restricted for me. Has base 150 attacks. So I am going to be able to drop fucking big ass attacks on things. But it's also got 120 special attack, similar to Arceus. So I could slap a Specs on this thing and do some big damage. But gives me another bulky pivot mon with 100, 120, 100 defenses. Like, it can take some fucking hits. Obviously, like, it doesn't want to stay in against the Calyrex Ice Rider. Spoiler, it is my first weak opponent. It's the Calyrex Ice Rider. So, yeah, just give me some damage that I severely needed. Will need to be supported by the team a lot. That is the only thing. It has base 90 speed, which isn't fantastic. Like, it is the same as a Groudon or a Kyogre. And Kyogre doesn't really want to go up against this, but it does give me that 150 base attack. That's ridiculous. So next, 12 points. went for more offense, but went a bit slower this time. Maybe something that could function in Trick Room. But also stopped a plethora of Intimidators going around, and also having a Perish Trap. I don't really like ghost types. So I went with a Dark guy, which we have drafted here before, but didn't really like using on that team. But I think it could be quite good on this team. And for 12 points, which leaves me with 40 points left, I got King Gambit. King Gambit, base 135 attack, so again, another offensive mon. So now we're half support mons, half offensive mons. We're doing all right. So base 135 attack, like that leaves fucking holes in things. If they want to intimidate or icy wind or do something silly like that, like, you're just helping me out. And with priority sucker punch, kowtow cleave can't miss. I just think it's a good pickup for me. And it gives me that steel type. I've now got Steel Dragon Fairy, and I've got Dark Psychic. Spoiler, I get Dark Psychic Fighting with my next pick. Yeah, and it's slow, so it can like function-ish in Trick Room. You know, speed ties with Calyrex Ice, but I think it has a favourable matchup into Calyrex Ice. Obviously, we've got to take Terra into account. So yeah, picked up a Dark. This guy for its dark typing to get those ghosts, but also give me like another big attacker. So next Pokemon, we've got a fighting type for 10 points. It's one of my favourite fighting types, not named Iron Hands, and I have used this in multiple leagues before. I actually won the MDL off season with it in my Colossal team, and it was something I picked up really late in the season. And I think this might be the first time I've used it in Scarlet and Violet. One of my favourite Pokemon of all time, Hitmontop. Hitmontop works quite well on the Perish Trap teams because it has Intimidate to lower the damage output, keep your Pokemon alive, and it has Fake Out, and it has White Guard, and it has Quick Guard, and it has all the things that you want it to have. But on top of that, has good coverage, and if I don't want to go a Perish Trap game, has priority, can run the old Technotop, only has 95 base attack. But its bulk's quite good outside of its HP, 50, 90, 110. So yeah, I think this guy can complement both a Perish Trap style gameplay, but also it just supports Pokemon in general. So that leaves me 7 picks. I've got 30 points left. I am looking to complete some type cores as well as get some damage. So last 3 mons are sort of like have ability to support, but also have ability to just like do big fuck off damage. So next one, redirection is always nice, especially with our Perish Trap modes. So my next pick is I was tossing up between Fungus, Volcarona, and Magmortar. I went with Magmortar. That base 125 attack is really nice. Not having a 4 times resistant weakness to rock is also nice. Slightly more physically bulky, I believe, than Volcarona. What's its HP? 85. That's about the same. Probably a little bit less, actually. But it has Follow Me as opposed to Rage Powder, which is really nice. And then base 125 attack, it hits hard with fire moves. Plus, it has really good coverage. Things like Scorching Sands. It has Thunderbolt. It has... What is it? Like its attack is 95. It has Mach Punch. So, like, not... One more priority. Fantastic. It's actually got the same attack as Hitmontop, 95. So, just being able to have, like, priority move is nice. It just picks shit off late game. Even though I've got lots of that. I've got E-Speed, I've got Aqua Jet, and the Ice Shard. I've got Sucker Punch. I've got all of Hitmontop's priority moves. But, like, you know, good to just have another option of it. Has all the fire coverage, has Focus Miss, but the main thing being, oh, it has Acid Spray. There you go, has Acid Spray. Could probably use that somehow. But, like, yeah, main thing was Follow Me plus damage. And then, so 8 picks down, 2 to go. Next one cost me 9 points. Just completes my Firewater Grass Core. and it is Serena. Used Serena several times now. Lets me sort of negate the what's the word I'm looking for? The priority moves that people may want to use, be it fake out or any of the ones that actually do damage. It gives me that sort of rage powder immunity without having to terror or slap an item on it, because I only get one set of safety goggles. I only get one terror, so having would be nice to have an overcoat on as well. But Serena's good. It also has Sweet Veil, which could be good depending on what Pokemon my opponent has. Yawn, Spore, Hypnosis, that sort of stuff. So Sweet Veil and Queen Majesty is nice. Has great coverage. Favorite move in the game. Knockoff, fantastic. Gives me pivot, high jump kick, low kick. Has all its grass moves. Has that what's its signature move? Like that kick thing, drop kick. I think it's drop kick. It's not even in useful moves. Must be useless moves. Drop kick. There we go. Base 70, 100% chance to lower attack by 1. That could be useful. Yeah. Power whip. Lots of inaccurate moves. Triple axles. Also quite nice. So yeah, got 11 points left. And right now, you can earthquake the fuck out of my team. So I kind of wanted to go something that was off the ground. We do have some type overlap, but it really doesn't matter with the type that it's overlapping with. So the last one I went, and unfortunately it doesn't have Prankster, but it has a base 145 special attack, and it's Thundy T. Thundy T gives me another Pokemon that's over base 100, so that's 3. I like 3 over, at least 2, but 3 over base 100 is always nice. And just hits like a freight train with base 145 special attack. Base 105 attack too. Didn't realize it was that high. Which means it's probably lacking in the bulk area, which it is. But yeah, Volt Absorb. That seems quite nice as well. Depending on the teams I go up against. Right on. And then it gives me then I've got a pseudo ground type. Just not being able to have electric moves spammed into you is nice. Even if you do resist it, there's only so many things you can take. Having an immunity to it, fantastic. Same goes for ground moves. Now I've got an immunity to it. Bloody brilliant. So yeah, that's my team. I'm looking forward to this. There will be Perish Trap brought, but it doesn't have to be brought. The fact that I have, 60% of my Pokemon have over base 120 offenses, I think is pretty good. It's pretty good for me. Normally I don't have that many, just because I like drafting stupid things. But I think I'm going to like this. I think I'm going to like this a lot. Compared to a lot of the other teams, a lot of teams went quite top heavy, so they got 6 or 7 Pokemon that they spend all their points on, and then they've just got some shit kickers at the end. I don't really have any shit kickers. Dugong's probably arguably the biggest shit kicker, but it's still quite good. So yeah, I think I'm happy with that. And looking at the teams I play against, it just feels I don't have to cram as much shit on my Pokemon because I only have to deal with 6 or 7 threats as opposed to 10. Whereas my team, you've got to at least deal with 9. There's 9 Pokemon that are good or better. And then there's Dugong, who's brilliant. The real god of the team, not Arceus, butthole. Anyway, that's it, guys. I'm looking forward to this league. Thanks to Pat Mac and the rest of the gang over at TGR for having me. I've always wanted to do one of their leagues. They just do all these clusterfuck, weird sort of rules, Little Cup, NFEs. First match is doubles, second match is singles, 6v6 doubles, just lots of cool stuff, lots of jank ass rules, and yeah, thanks to Pat Mac, Miss Mag. I don't know I can't think of any of the other, maybe any of the other bloody mods there, but thanks for having me. I'm glad that you let me come along and let this abrasive Aussie cause chaos in your server. I'm going to fuck shit up. Hey. Alright, guys, that's me. Logging off. I'll see you all next time.